All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I am going to burn a little bit of Palo Santo, okay? Just to clear any negative energy. I am doing this to clear any negative energy. All right? Not only that, I'm going to do my Palo Santo and I'm going to ring my bell just to clear the energy here. All right, in my space. Thank you so much. This is Goddess Awakening. Thank you so much for tuning in to my podcast, whether you are watching from YouTube or whether you are listening in from any podcast platform. I just want to say thank you, and you are greatly appreciated. So today's podcast it's going to go in a little bit of who I am and why I started this podcast, okay? Goddess Awakening. What I've come to know is your awareness of self is an everlasting and a continuous cycle of learning. And to be a goddess is to know that you are a part of the collective, right? We are from the Creator, and the Creator, through 7, almost 8 billion people that exist in this reality, we are having a human experience. If I say that I am a goddess and you say that you are a god, it's because we come from source. We come from the self-existing eternal one, right? That term is controversial depending on what sect of people the word goddess. It's controversial depending on what sect of people you derive from or that you are from, but it has so much power behind it. And not only is it very powerful, it helps you to be more self-aware. And for me, it has given me the initiative to continue to move forward in my journey of self, okay? Because becoming one with self, becoming into the full knowledge of, or as much knowledge as you can with yourself, because we are always ever evolving, is a blessing. So again, I've learned that my awakening did not come from, my spiritual awakening, I should say, did not come from one place. It came from many places that I have seen, things that I have, or I would say the way that the Most High, the way that the Creator has interjected me into certain spaces. Because when you are awakened, right? When you have been awakened, it's unavoidable, okay? This is why it becomes a journey of self. Because if you try to avoid, if you try to resist, you're gonna have what we call many tower moments, right? And I had many, trust me, I've had quite a few. You also can go through what many of you know as a spiritual psychosis. Like there's so many things going on around you. You being awoken to all the lies can spin you of this world can send you and spin you into a spiritual psychosis. You having a twin flame journey. Twin flame journeys, people think it's all peaches and cream. So many things have happened, not only on that level, but on here in this reality. I have gone through what helped me, or what excelled me into my spiritual awakening is wanting to be healthy. Isn't that crazy? Wanting to be healthy, because I had built up some years of having stress, right? And stress brings about illnesses, right? It brings about so-called sicknesses, right? So some of the ailments or so-called sicknesses that I was having is I was having some heart palpitations, right? I wasn't able to sleep properly. There was some things going on with my vision to where I wasn't able to see clearly. Like I had what some may know as visual snow. And come to find out, that has a lot to do with my nervous system, so on and so forth. So I tailspinned into my whole health journey, and I tailspinned into my spiritual journey, because as I've said before, some of you have heard me say this on Facebook, on Instagram. You've heard me say this maybe even perhaps on TikTok, or even on this podcast, even though it's only one episode before this. But let me take it back a little bit. I know that it's not just what you eat, right, that will help you to move forward in your spiritual health journey, or mainly spiritual journey. It's your environment, you guys. Once I started seeing how certain things were around me and certain people were around me, I was like, it is impossible for me to be as healthy as I want to be with the stress that I had, with the unnecessary bullshit that I kept putting myself in, which was causing the stress. So in that, I learned so much. Not only it's just not about the food, it's not about the water, it's about being outside in nature, right? Being connected with nature. Not only that, getting the right amount of sun, right? Not only that, what you are intaking visually, that is a part of your health too. What you're intaking with your ears, what you're listening to, that is all of that goes hand in hand. So I said, I can't possibly think that if I place myself into these environments that are toxic, okay? Toxic as fuck, excuse my language, that I'm gonna be healed and whole. That is emphatically not the truth, right? And I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn the hard way, right? Because you are who you are around. Okay, I don't care what nobody tells you. Show me who your friends are, your associates are, and I'll tell you who you are. And I said, I don't want to be associated with certain people, places, and things anymore. So I had to remove myself, and because it was toxic. It's too much drama. It's too much bullshit, right? So once I started doing that, things started to move a lot better for me. And I have become the creator of my reality, the co-creator of my reality, right? Because there are only a certain type of people that I let around me. It's only a few. Okay, so if some of y'all think I've been acting funny, if some of y'all think I'm too good, I act like I'm too good, I don't know if you even think that way about me. I really don't care if you do or don't. But my point is that is very necessary. You have to go within. You have to cleanse yourself mentally. You have to cleanse yourself physically, and you have to quiet yourself to go within. I know for a fact, and I know I'm jumping around, but I know for a fact through certain avenues that the Most High, the Creator, chose me to stop the bullshit that was going on generationally in my life, right? Again, if you guys didn't listen to my last podcast, I had to watch my mother go to the grave because she did not know how to get out of the cycles, right? She didn't know how. She didn't. Even though I tried to help her, she didn't want to take the necessary steps to do so, right? But guess what? It's going to stop with me, right? And unfortunately, when those things happen, when you have to stop certain cycles, a lot of people, places, and things have to fall to the wayside. Even family, even so-called friends, they all got to go, okay? A journey of self and your awakening is not and will never be for the weak, okay? Not only have I had to deal with the things within this reality, I have been attacked from other things, right? Not trying to scare nobody, but other entities, okay? Well, let me put it this way. When it did happen to me, I was astral projecting. And this thing was trying to enter into my body as I was asleep. But I woke up and I pushed it off of me. So it didn't know I was looking at it when I was astral projecting. It was looking at my physical body, right? So it's not for the weak, all right? So once you elevate, listen, you're going to be encountered with not only the demons that are possessed or that mount on the people that are around you, but these entities, they see your light and they don't want you to be a part of the collective that helps to raise the vibration of this world. Why? Because once you start awakening and once you start going on your journey, whether it's your healing journey, because your healing journey you might tail spin off into a whole awakening, just like I did. It helps the collective, right? And these entities, whether it's people, whether it's these lower level frequencies that roam the earth, that, need people that aren't so aware to exist, all that stuff matters, right? And all I can say is that I'm thankful. All I can say is that I'm grateful, because it's one step closer for me being the person that I was chosen to be, which was to break the generational curses within my family, right? If it's just me, it's going to be just me, right? If it just starts with me, then so be it, right? So be it. And like I said, it's no easy task. It's very scary at times, but then at other times it's very fulfilling. And not only am I doing this for me, so again, my awakening consisted of many elements, but like I said, just to recap, It started from when I wasn't feeling well. And when your heart is beating off beat, when you're not doing anything, like when you're not even like moving around or anything, or jumping around, running, so on and so forth, that can be a scary thing, y'all. It can be a scary thing. So I knew that I had to change my diet. I knew for a fact that if I changed my diet, it was going to help to improve my health, and that it did. And this is before I had even started taking any of my herbs or any. Hold on. All right, you guys, I am going to burn some of my Palo Santo. Burning some of my Palo Santo so I can clear any negative energy right now. All right. And not only that, I'm going to ring my bell to clear the energy here in my space. So like I was saying, with my awakening, it truly spawned its own way. Or I would say the way that it has been going is the way exactly it's supposed to be. And I am truly just thankful for it. You know, there's nothing like, you know, getting out of certain spaces when it comes to your health, all right? Because we have this vehicle, this body, this avatar that's going to help us move along and have a human experience in this reality, right? And we want to optimize as best as we possibly can on it. And one of the only ways we can do that is being in optimal health, right? Not only physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, all of that matters, right? The heaven that we want is here and now. The hell that people may be going through is here and now, okay? We are the creators, and we are like I said, we are the co-creators of our reality. And if I'm the co-creator of my reality, what I put within my body is going to show me exactly how I'm going to feel, and how I'm going to live, or how my health is going to be. And don't you want to be in the most optimal health? Don't you want your mental abilities to be at a stable state, right? Don't you want to be spiritually healthy, right? Because there are a lot of spiritually sick people that think they are spiritual and they're sick. And I've always used this as an example with Hamashiach, right? Also known as Yeshua, also known as Yahushai, right? I'm always reminded of the scripture when he spoke about how people were sick. And he wasn't talking about the physical, right? He was talking about the spiritually sick. And I'm a very spiritual person, right? And what I thought was not. right? When it came to my walk before my spiritual awakening, right? I saw a lot of repetitiveness when it came to low vibrational things, and it being just tossed off as the curses. This is the curses. We're all broken. We're all used and damaged goods, right? And if someone thinks they're used and damaged goods, how are they going to treat you, right? If you're constantly telling your women that they are nothing and they ain't shit, and you treat them like shit, or maybe you're not even saying those words, but your actions are showing it, that's kind of jacked up, right? And that'll mess you up spiritually, especially when your subconscious is going to work. Your subconscious and your higher self, I should say, your higher self is definitely going to make you wake up, and you're going to have to feel it, because it's going to have to thrust you away from those type of people, places, and things, right? Usually something horrible has to happen in order for the separation to happen, right? For the tower moment to happen. And that happened to me. Like, I was devastated, right? But now in hindsight, I am so thankful. Now in hindsight, it had to happen, because there was no other way. And I can laugh about it now, but there was literally no other way I was going to come into the place that I'm in right now and be so happy to be by myself. Back then I would have never thought to be in the place that I'm in right now, because of where I was at mentally, where I was at emotionally, where I was at spiritually. But the Creator had to sock it to me in order to literally rock my world and rock me out of a whole different reality and into something that is so fulfilling. See, I've given you guys a few examples on some supernatural things that have happened to me in the past couple of years. And, some people, they go through that stuff and they're not even thinking about the Most High. They're not even thinking about their spiritual journey. They just, they just go through it. But to have gone through a lot of the stuff that I've gone through that I haven't even hit on yet, every last bit of it, I'm thankful, because it's leading me to where I need to go, right? It's leading me to what I need to do. It's leading me to my full purpose, right? And there's no better place than where I'm at right now. I am so grateful and I'm so thankful. But anyway, so again, my awakening is a collaborative of, if I said that word right, of many things that have happened, that I have dealt with, and that I've gone through. I can go back into my childhood traumas and things of that nature, but I'm specifically talking about more recent past because it's more significant. I went through a lot of spiritual stuff and a lot of crazy stuff when I was young, and that's relevant too, right? Because I've learned to heal my inner child. I've learned to protect my inner child too, right? That little girl that was abused, that little girl that had to see her mother be abused, that little girl that got talked about so bad, not only in the home, but outside of the home, right? That got treated horrible for particularly no reason at all that I can think of. I've grown to love and protect her, because no one was protecting me. I'm just going to be straight up. I wasn't protected as a child. But now that I am where I am right now, I'm able to protect her. And I protect her in many different ways, right? And as you grow, and as you awaken, and as you heal those different versions of yourself, right, that matter, you're going to know, you're going to see, okay? But again, it all is for the greater good. And then once you raise your vibration, once you get to a certain place in your walk, right, in your awakening, your spiritual journey, whatever, however you want to call it, you moving into your higher self, right, being a better person, it all matters, and it all matters to the collective, right? If this earth has split, which I believe it has, right? Because I've been feeling it. I've been feeling it and seeing it for the past couple of years, right? And more people, because the veil is very thin, they are starting to see. And a lot of times, all you can do is just tell people, whether they hear, it's totally out of your hands. But when I start hearing people and seeing people moving towards their spiritual awakening, and they start saying, you know, what you said, what had happened, what you said, it happened. I'm like, I know. I know. But I love it. Why? Because that next person could be the very person that just helps to solidify the, how can I put it? The vibration and the homeostasis of this planet, because the planet is sick and she is spewing and she's doing all kinds of stuff to show that she is purging, right? So that next person that you have spoken to, or do something like what I'm doing right now, just speaking, I'm just talking to a camera. I'm talking to myself to a camera. Well, I'm talking to y'all, but you know what I mean. It could be the very thing that helps us to keep and have peace and live in the highest vibration we can possibly live in, right? So your words, your thoughts, your deeds, they're not going to go unnoticed, because energy does not die. It travels. And as the collective, as we continue to push forward and move forward and find our place, or you are in your place, you are in your purpose, it's only going to help. It's only going to help, right? It's only going to help. So, again, I'm going to say this, and it's a beautiful thing. I have come across some very spiritual things, and a few people that I've been in contact with, they know. And I'm glad I don't have to fully 1000% break it down to them, because they've already lived there, are living out in their own way, their own spiritual journeys. And that's the thing. Once you do get to a certain level, you actually find your tribe, right? You actually run into or come into acquaintance with people and build friendships and whatnot with people who probably have already been on the journey you've been on for however many years, and or maybe they're just starting. But as a collective, again, you're going to find your tribe. You're going to find the group of people. You're going to find the person or people that is going to be on your level, if not more, right? my thing has always been to be around people, even before my spiritual journey, to be around people that are doing better than me, because I want to learn from them and add it unto myself, right? Not that I'm trying to be like them, but I can learn from them, right? And it's only going to help, right? And then they pass their good deeds down, however they do it, and then the same thing goes with me. I learned something, and then I pass that down, and so on and so forth, or pass it to the next person, right? And that's what it's all about. And again, it's so much. I'm like, I know I'm talking like, and I'm like talking about several different things, but listen, that's how it is. One day I might say I'm here with certain things, and I might just change my mind. That's the best part of this whole journey as well. You don't have to stick with the same shit. Things are ever evolving. Truths are ever coming out. So I might think one way 1 minute, and then the next minute I'll be like, nah, you know what? Spirit done show me something different. So I'm going to rock this way, or I'm going to go this way now. Whereas with certain things, it's repetitive and it's mundane. There's no growth with it. It's very stagnant, right? That's why I said with my spiritual journey, it has been so many different facets. That's a part of my tagline. So many different facets of where I'm at right now. And I know to some people it's very confusing, but I don't give a shit. I don't care. You get to a point to where you don't care. You get to a point to where your truth, right? The truth is all that matters, right? So I'm going to wind it down because it's just about that time. My timing is running out, but just wanted to say again, thank you to everyone watching. Thank you to everyone listening in. I will be posting every Wednesday, okay? Every Wednesday. A new podcast every Wednesday, whether it be on YouTube or whether it be on the podcast app or any other platform that you see Goddess Awakening on, okay? If the Most High says the same, I will see y'all in another week, all right? All right, y'all.